Hello everyone and welcome back to Little Quilter. Today we're just kind of doing a random video here. So I'm trying to finish up this row. Can you see? Look at this little white speck right here. This white line, that is the end of the Pas De Deux quilt. So we can see the light at the end of the tunnel and it's so exciting. I was able to, and I'll show you guys this close up, I was able to finish all of the yellow part of that block. I've still got these economy blocks to go, the orange peel blocks to go, and those kind of extend further here in front, you can see. And then this is the very last block here that I have to do, but it extends, as you can see, all the way to the edge here. So I'm really gonna have to pretty much finish everything else and roll it so that I can get it up and do that entire block. Now, I did do a little bit of edge right here, and this edge is the same fabric. So this is like a little strip of what you see here, which is a really cool design that she did. So what else have I done? Let me show you. So while I've been working on that, I have also been doing some embroidery, and I've got at least 2 more to go that are ready to be embroidered. This is the one that I'm working on right now, and then those 3 over there are all ready to be sewn together and actually pieced. This is the one that I just took off, and isn't that really pretty? I know they're kind of crazy colors to look at there. So I've got the red and green, but it's coming with this right here. So let me get this out one-handedly here. Impressive. Okay. So we're just gonna iron down the edges here. Always give it a nice iron afterwards, and that just helps it to lay flatter and nicer. Isn't that so much nicer? And you can see there's that beautiful little bumblebee on this beautiful laundry basket fabric. I love how delicate all of these flowers look. And then this is what we're going to pair it with. So that is where these colors kind of come into play, is I really pulled on this. So we've got that light pink to go with some of these lighter colors, the red and the green to pull out these colors. So I think that'll look nicely. This is going to be the small part, and then this is going to be the big, the final sort of part of that economy block. So I know it looks, I'm hoping it's going to look really stunning, I guess. That's the color I'm looking for, or the adjective I'm looking for. So then once they're done, I take them all back over here and I put a pin in them. Now, I don't think I can do this one-handedly, or I can try. Oh, look, just did it. Don't know if you guys even saw it on camera, but I did it. So we'll set this guy over here. Now there's 4 to go. Alright, some of these you guys have seen before, but in another box I'm keeping all of the bumblebees that I've completed, and thought I'd just lay those out for you guys to see. Alright, that's all of the bumblebee blocks that I have. I believe that's 20. Oh no, definitely more than that. 6, 12, 24, I think, if I did math in my head correctly. So that's good. I kind of had them stacked because I was looking at them earlier. So I stacked all of kind of like the purple row. Then you've got more of your greens. And then I've got some blues here, and then some reds. And then I think these really probably need to go. I think I kind of made them their own sort of tan, but I feel like on the actual video, they definitely look more green. So they might need to go back down here, but I don't know. They're kind of an in-between. So definitely have some more blocks to go. Need to get some more reds because these are really pretty, and they really pop nicely. I really like that fabric right there. That plaid fabric is really beautiful, and of course all of the blues look so nice. All right, how exciting is this that we are at the point where we're ready to tack this down to the end of the fabric. And I think for the most part pretty good. It got a little wonky over here. We'll have to kind of straighten this out a little bit more. But that is so awesome. So this is going to be the repeat same design as the orange petals over here. Pull down here, drag it over to this side, and then this is going to be just those little circle ones. We'll finish out our design on this where we're having these zigzag alternating and then just sewing around the edges there. And yeah, and then this beautiful block right here is the final block. So this gorgeous guy right here is going to be super fun. I really love the color palette on this part, such bold colors, which is, you know, sometimes hard to do in quilting. I feel like it's easier to pick sort of the neutral tones, but this bold color here is going to look really nice. This has just been a whirlwind time here. This starting and stopping on the orange peel blocks, man, I thought that was just I thought it was gonna take me out, honestly. Just so much starting and stopping. And there was definitely a part of me that thought, maybe I could just discreetly, you know, drive over and have just a little bit of stitching, but the purist inside of me wanted it to be all contained in there, not to be any lines, and so I just stuck with it. Also, I hadn't done it on any of the other ones, so even though I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, since I had 9 of those blocks to do, it was a lot, but I got it done. So, sorry, the dogs are, hold on, let me show you. They're distracting me. I mean, they're not really doing much. Mainly, this guy was distracting me. They're like tiny roadblocks. Always under your feet. Okay, but back to this. So, now I have pretty much quilted all of this side, and I've got to attach this part down. So I'm just a little bit nervous about this because my quilting machine, for some reason, doesn't matter how I adjust the tension, I have also changed needles, and for some reason, if I go to the left, right, so if I'm here and I go to the left on this machine, it will eventually break the thread. So if anybody has any other suggestions, like I said, I've already messed with the tension all over the place. I have changed needles, you know, the timing, and it happened after the timing got messed up. And so I can go for a little bit to the left, but for like a long period like this, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would just, it starts shredding the thread is what happens. So I'm sure there's a reason for it. And I do think I'm going to have to get my machine serviced again. It's doing really well right now, but if I were to pull it all the way forward, sometimes it starts to act like it's possessed and it beeps and the lights go on and off and it really just doesn't want to sew. Sometimes it like shuts down and just says, oops, I stopped working, like your computer screen does before you see the blue screen of death. So I've not really pushed it, and that's part of why some of this quilting I probably could have pushed during this quilt, where I could have said, okay, let me just go a little bit farther, but I was nervous that if I got too low, it would cause my machine to get possessed again. I'm really worried that it has something to do with maybe like the power cord and how it's, you know, getting electricity or something else. I don't know. I tried to Google it, but there was not really anything, so I ended up landing on possession. So that's that. Now, I'm probably going to go from here and over, which is definitely not my preferred way to do this. I generally like to stitch these guys from the middle out, and I just feel like they sit down a lot better, but I just really don't want to risk having to rethread the machine and do all of that stuff, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do it the other way. The other thing, obviously this was all super wrinkled up whenever I unrolled it, and I just sprayed it with water and sort of a mist. I didn't like douse it, obviously, because see, it's like pretty much dry at this point. So I misted it with water just like I do when I put the quilt on, just to help this lay down a little bit more. Now you can see on this side that I've definitely got a little bit of wonkiness going on here, but I'm not sure I can totally fix this, so I'm just going to have to hope that my stitching will help, and it's on the bottom corner, so it's going to be okay. I'm okay. It'll be fine. Again, this is a quilt for myself, and I love it, so it doesn't matter. And I just realized, oh my gosh, look at all these orange peel blocks. That's a lot of orange peel blocks to still do. You know, I was really thinking about doing an orange peel block with laundry basket fabrics on maybe like a white background, and I feel like quilting these really makes me change my mind on that, because I don't want to have to individually quilt like 1,000 orange peel blocks starting and stopping. I mean, I guess you could do an all-over pattern if you did it, and I guess that's what I would just have to commit myself to if I did an orange peel block. What about you? Have you guys done orange peel blocks? Did you do free motion quilting all over it? Did you do a pattern on each of them like I've done on these? How was that experience? Was it good? Not good? Because I really was thinking about it. Now, obviously, I have other quilts to do. I've got a really fun Christmas quilt, and I'm going to be honest, I accidentally purchased, not accidentally, I on purpose purchased one quilt pattern. Maybe I'll show you guys. Hold on. Look at that cuteness. He loves him so much. He just curls up next to him. Oh. Okay, so I have wanted to do one quilt by Laundry Basket Fabrics for a really long time, but I was definitely intimidated by the design, which sometimes Edyta Sitar really designs some crazy intricate looking quilts, and they just make me a little nervous. So I did buy the Alaska fabric, and so this is the background fabric that they picked out for me. It always says Edyta can pick it out, but I suspect it's one of Edyta's coworkers. I don't know. I just always wonder if she actually picks out every background fabric for every quilt kit. Probably not, right? I don't know. Maybe she does. And then this is the Christmas one. So it's this beautiful Christmas pattern, and I'm so excited to start it, but this is the Christmas quilt that I typically give away, and I just don't want this to be a flashback to last year's Christmas quilt where A, I didn't get it finished, and B, I then didn't want to give it up. So I'm going to pull it out this year for Christmas. So I have been wanting to do the Alaska pattern. There's a part of me that really likes, there's another one that has kind of like a purple color to the Alaska pattern, and I really thought about doing that one for myself. And so I think my thought had been I could make this and then I would be able to give it away. I just don't know if that's true. Also not sure if I can get this done. Now, it is pre-cut. So this is the pattern booklet that you get. This is, it's hard to see everything in here, but so here's how it comes, and you can see everything sort of pre-cut in there. I don't know what this is. Obviously, I'd have to read how this is done, but all of the pieces are in there, and they're all laser cut. So part of me was thinking maybe I could get it done pretty quickly, but I don't know. I have fear in multiple ways. Fear of not wanting to let go, fear of not getting it done in time, even though it's pre-cut. There is a part of me that thinks the pre-cutness, I could potentially get it done. So in my thoughts of, oh no, I shouldn't do this one. Let me put this all back in here. trying to keep everything together because I also have a habit sometimes of buying kits and then sort of setting them aside. And like there's some laundry basket fabrics and I think it's for a backing, but I don't know what it goes to. Not a clue. I don't know. Oh, this one's really heavy. I think I'll just take out. Hold on. Let me open it first. Gosh. Simply. They really taped this guy. And just for point of reference, these aren't my fabric scissors. I mean, they were my fabric scissors, but now I use them to cut the what are these things called? The paper. I use it to cut the paper for paper piecing. So they became not fabric scissors. So it's okay that I'm using this because they're plenty sharp for paper. The seller really put tape on this. Okay, finally got into it. Now, this quilt kit, there's just like half of the envelope in here. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what that was for. This quilt kit's pretty massive. Oh, I hope it has the fabric with the... It was definitely supposed to have the instructions, but I don't really see the instructions. I hope they weren't supposed to be in here, because they're definitely not in here. There's like nothing in here. Okay, well, I'll just have to find it and put a picture of it up there. But it's a, oh, it's very heavy. It's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is the quilt fabric that it came with. And as you can see, there's even like threading in there. So it's a Lori Holt fabric. Oh, and it's super heavy. It's a Lori Holt quilt, and it's got just a lot of things on it. But I basically thought after I purchased it and just saw the fabric and was like, oh my gosh, I have to cut all of that and I have to piece all of that, and then I've got to sew it. And I just started to get anxiety that I was not going to have enough time to finish it, that I was like, I love that I purchased this and it's quite gorgeous, but we're not going to get that done in time. There's just no way. I don't think. I mean, maybe, if that's all I did. But I just don't know that's all I'm going to do. Also, I'm really a little bit bummed about, I'm going to have to go back on there and see, because if it didn't come with the instructions, then that's not good, because I don't even remember like what it looked like. So, and it really doesn't look like the instructions are in here at all. And it really makes me wonder if they were supposed to be in this tiny carton that is empty. So, that's a bit sad. Have to do some research on that now. Giving myself a task. Lovely. We'll set that down. Gosh, it's really heavy. So I don't know how big that quilt's going to be. I'll have to look it up. I'll link it down below. I bought the laundry basket ones I bought on Laundry Baskets. That one I bought on Etsy. And I don't know if there are more of, I think there are more of those quilt kits available at other places, but I don't think from that seller. So that was a lot, I feel like. A lot of randomness. I'm really excited with my progress on the Bumblebee quilt. I think I've got like over 25 now done, or even more than that, which is good because I think I needed like 100 bumblebees to make the size of like the main pattern that I wanted, and I was definitely going to do some cross, oh, I forgot what they're called, spacing. I'm going to do some spacing in between the blocks with some fabric, so which will help widen it as well. But I'm just really excited to have made progress because I feel like I just sort of get so distracted by doing other things. I've kind of tried to make a point of doing more of those, but also with trying to make videos for you guys, I feel like you don't want to see me do the same thing over and over again, so then it just kind of gets pushed to the side. And so I've had a little bit more time. I'm waiting to buy some fans for the greenhouse. There's not a lot of progress to be done on the house. We're kind of waiting for waiting for a light fixture to come in to put up. And I'm also saving up for flooring for the living room, and so I don't want to buy any more furniture because then I'm going to have to move all that furniture when I put the flooring in. So it's just given me a lot more quilting time, and therefore it's made me want to do some more of the Bumblebee, which is what all of this fabric, this is for cutting for the Bumblebee, and then I've got the ones to make into them. So I know that it was kind of all over the place, but I also wasn't at a point to show you guys a new block on the Pas De Deux quilt, and I've been trying to finish that so that I can sort of make some more progress. So suffice it to say, all of that I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it was very different than normal. If you liked this style of vlog, you know, let me know. If you guys have questions or comments about any of the projects that I'm doing or ideas, please let me know as well. And as always, I hope that you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Little Quilter. Thanks. Oh, P.S. So, I know I told you guys I'm not doing those quilt kits, but I am waiting for a quilt to come from Shabby Fabrics to do. I think it's going to be a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more classic and traditional of a quilt, in my opinion, I guess. And so I think it's just going to come together a little bit faster, and then I'm going to do an all-over pattern, I think, on it. So as I piece it, I'll be looking at those. If you guys have any ideas as well, make sure to comment those when we start that project. And once it gets here, then I'm going to start working on it to get it done. And hopefully we will have that quilt ready to go. I will be doing the other quilts, no worries on that. I just don't know when. Now, maybe I can be really planning ahead here, and maybe I can do like do them right now and film them for you guys, but hold on to them, and then I could release like a 25 days of Christmas quilt where I do every day a new block in the quilt and sort of getting it together and done, or maybe a little bit faster than that because it takes obviously longer for me to then actually quilt it, but something like that. So if you'd be interested in something like that, let me know so that I know I should definitely work on that, because sometimes I just get a little bit not overwhelmed, but I just want to do so many things and there's only so much time in the day. So as always, again, I hope you guys have a great day and we'll see you next time. Thanks.